everybody, coming down here on the lake with my father-in-law. We're out at Strawberry Bay. We're on the Soldier Creek side. I tried to do a little fishing video this morning for you. We went down to the river. I tried to catch something on a fly, but I'm a terrible angler. I had one strike and couldn't land anything. So thought I'd come out, do a little shore fishing, maybe throw the fly rod, kind of redeem myself out here. Usually have good luck over here, so we'll see. One thing I've noticed about myself is kind of awkward and quiet, so I'm trying to do a lot more of this and a little more vlogging stuff and be a little more interactive. Let me know if you guys like that, or if you just want me to shut up. That's cool too, but stay tuned.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. I ain't gonna give up, got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times, cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up, got too little time, I'ma live up.
Alright guys, I thought it'd be a little boring for you to just watch me sit and fish from the shore. We have power bait floating off the bottom, so I went and grabbed my little light action spinning rod, and I'm gonna rig her up for a little panther martin or something, so that way it gives you something to watch instead of just boring me. And there are a lot of different ways that you can do this. Everyone has their own preferences. I'm just going to show you how I do it. So first thing I do is I clean off the old line. And once we're all cleaned off there, I like to get it wet. And then pick what you want to use. It's pretty clear water. And so just sit and untangle this for a second. And then this is what I'm going to use. A little spinner with a blade, rainbow color. There's always storms that come in up here, middle of the day, and then after that it's beautiful, super calm, really quiet, and peaceful. But that's just what happens when you're up on the mountains. I always deal with some storms. Then I want to get a little bit more distance on my cast with this, so I'm going to add a little split shot about 12 inches up above it. That just helps me get a little more cast. You do have to reel it in faster when you do that, but helps you get a little more distance. And for some reason I just have the mindset that distance equals fish. So a little split shot there with that spinner. We'll go from there. All right, guys, just want to give you a little update of how we're doing so far. I'm having no luck. This whole weekend I've caught one fish. It was a nice rainbow. I've kept it. We'll smoke it once we get home. No bites so far on that little spinner, but oh man, no bites on that spinner. I've had to put new bait on my pole once, just I've got power bait floating off the bottom and I've had to rebait once. They are starting to jump on the surface, so probably start messing around with a fly rod here in the near future, but just want to give you guys a little update. All right, another update for you. I just checked my bait again, still there. I swapped over to the fly, using a little dry fly. They're starting to hit the top water, but they haven't hit anything yet, so we'll see. Try and keep you tuned. Yeah, I just had another teeny tiny fish hit the fly, but their mouths were probably too small for it. Okay guys, like I said, I've tried pretty much everything I have in my tackle box. The only thing I haven't tried is floating a worm. Forgot to bring the worms with me. So I've tried flies, spinners. I'm trying power bait still because I can fish with 2 rods with the combo license. So my next tactic, bubble filled halfway with a little stop on it, a little stop bubble. And then this is a little Prince nymph. And what I'm gonna do is cast her out there, and then this bubble's gonna float and let that sink down to that depth. Slowly reel her in and see if we get any bites. Now, it's kind of hard to see at dusk. That bubble filled halfway provides enough weight for a cast, but enough buoyancy where it stays up. And with monofilament line, you can fill bites. So we're just slowly reeling her back in here with that Prince nymph and hoping we get a bite here. Now this is something I try often if I'm up in like the high Uintas. This is a real good way to fish those. Sometimes it's hard to cast with some of the lightweight gear you take, so one of these little bubbles works wonders. We'll let that sink and we'll repeat. Changed the view. I figured I was a silhouette, so maybe he has a better chance to stare at me. I'm not greedy. I would just like one fish. Just one. Really, even just one bite. I could miss it, but just some sign of life. It's real weird. We usually do real good up here, but pretty much everyone in our party's gotten their butts kicked this weekend fishing, so. We'll see. I'm gonna reel in that other one real quick and double check my bait, because I was getting bit, so make sure I still have bait on. I like to have the line nice and tight into the water, and then that bubble, so if you see a bite, that bubble just goes straight up. It's tough, man. One thing I've learned to appreciate is the amount of work that goes into these videos. I used to watch YouTube videos all the time and never quite appreciated how much work goes into it. So hats off to the guys making videos every other day. You guys are crushing it. This is probably the last fishing trip for me of the year. Hunting season's in just a couple weeks, and I've got some arrows I need to build, and if I can, get away to do some scouting, so let's see. At the very least, get you guys a nice pretty sunset if I can't catch a fish for you. Check that out, man. That's real pretty. Hey everybody, it's actually 2 days later from me filming the fishing video, but I never got around to doing an outro. I got back to my car, it was dark, and I ran into some people and just started talking to them. So doing this for you now, doing the outro now. I'm actually in the shop today. I've got a customer's bow I'm working on, getting it cleaned up, retuned, and then back out to him hopefully same day. But I thought I'd kind of fill you in on how the rest of the night went. I had some nibbles here and there, no bites, no fish landed, which is why you didn't see that on the video. But it's still fun to get out there, and like I said, I'm going to post this anyway, because why not? It doesn't hurt, and sometimes I like watching people just going through the paces, doing the normal things, not always just seeing like the catching or the killing, things like that when it comes to these kind of videos. So I thought maybe you guys might like it. As always, thank you so much for being a subscriber. If you're not already, please do that. Share, comment, like. All those things really help us a lot and help keep us motivated to keep doing things like this. So do that for us. Leave some suggestions. Tell your friends. Thanks, everybody.